You were not born to wear a mask. But long before memory hands reached out with paint and plaster shaping your face for the world to accept. They called it love. They called it education. They called it success. And you, small and open-hearted, let them sculpt you. You believed that to be seen was to be safe. And so you built the persona, a gleaming statue of acceptability poised and polished for the public gaze, a monument to what you thought they wanted. But beneath it, the original face waits. Buried beneath accolades and polite smiles, there is a forgotten silence in you. A hush like the darkness before a storm. It stirs now, doesn't it? A restlessness that no amount of praise can soothe. You have achieved what they told you to chase the ladder, climb the throne adorned, and still something weeps beneath the floorboards of your soul. Success without soul is a gilded tomb. It is the banquet where the feast turns to ash. The dream fulfilled that feels strangely vacant. The laughter that echoes too loudly in an empty hall. You stand at the pinnacle and the air is thin. The view is vast, but the weight in your chest is heavier than ever. What is it? This ache you cannot name. This disquiet that no accolade silences. It is the authentic self imprisoned. A voice that once sang in dreams, now cries out in nightmares. The child who danced barefoot in the wilderness, painted in mud and moonlight, who spoke to trees and trusted shadows, where did they go? When did the wild wisdom become shame? When did you learn that to belong meant to sever parts of yourself? And how long have you mistaken performance for presence? There is a price for forgetting. What is disowned does not disappear. The shadow waits, patient, persistent. It takes the parts of you that could not be loved and hides them in the dark. The rage, the grief, the strange desires, the sacred chaos. All that did not fit the costume. The shadow does not die when you deny it, it grows teeth. It seeps into your relationships, distorts your ambitions, sabotages your joy. And still you call it bad luck. Still you look outward. But the descent always begins within. You must go down, into the underworld of your own psyche, into the caverns where the monsters wear your face, where dreams twist into riddles, where nothing is linear and the map burns the moment you glimpse it. This is not the descent of heroes with shining swords. This is the unraveling, the sacred disintegration, the fall that frees. You will not return the same. There in the dark, you will meet the parts you abandoned to survive, the voice you silenced to be accepted, the body you ignored to be efficient, the fears you mocked to feel powerful, the softness you crushed to seem strong. And when you meet them, they will not beg. They will not flatter. They will simply ask, "Why did you leave me?" And you will remember. You will remember the moment you first betrayed yourself. The instant you learned that pleasing them meant exiling you, and grief will come, and rage, and a terrible tenderness. Because you did what you had to do to be loved. Because the world teaches you to shrink. Because the myth of success was louder than the whisper of your soul. But the soul never stops whispering. It speaks in dreams, in symbols, in strange synchronicities and ancient ache. It hides in the faces of strangers who feel like home, in the stories that stir something unnamed, in the art that makes you weep without knowing why. The soul does not shout, it seduces. It enchants. It waits patiently until you are tired enough to listen. And when you listen, truly listen, the path appears. Not outward, but inward. Not forward, but downward. Into memory, into mystery, into myth. This is the journey of individuation, not becoming better, but becoming whole. Not a pursuit of perfection, but a reclamation of the forgotten. It is the sacred spiral that leads not to achievement, but to authenticity. You do not walk this path as a hero. You walk it as a seeker, a dreamer, a wanderer of inner wilderness. There will be no medals, no finish lines, only moments, strange, luminous moments when you feel something ancient awaken within you, a recognition, a return, as if you have found a part of yourself that never stopped singing even when you forgot the tune, and that song becomes your compass. It will not make sense to others. It may not make sense to you, but it will feel true. And that feeling is the thread. Follow it. Through fear, through forgetting, through fire. Trust it when logic fails, when the world calls you mad, when you lose your name. The authentic self is not polite, it is primal, and it is sacred. But to reclaim it, you must face what you have fled. The wound is the gate. The sorrow is the teacher. The brokenness is the blessing. You must enter the places you swore you would never return. The memories you buried beneath ambition. The love you never grieved. The truth you never spoke. There in that crucible the false self cracks, and through the cracks the light returns.